Hey, this is Warren Redlich with some early news about Tesla and Bitcoin. Tesla has started accepting Bitcoin on the website when you want to buy a Tesla. You used to pay with dollars, used to pay with credit cards some other way. Now you can pay directly with Bitcoin. Elon talked about it this morning on Twitter. You can now buy a Tesla with Bitcoin. Tesla is using only internal and open source software and operates Bitcoin nodes directly. Bitcoin paid to Tesla will be retained as Bitcoin, not converted to fiat currency, and they will add pay by Bitcoin capability outside the United States later this year. Before we talk more about Bitcoin, I want to thank the Vasa Law Firm in Sweden and all my Patreon supporters for helping this channel grow. Link to Patreon in the description below, and of course, t-shirt links in the description below. You can see here on the payment page for Model S at the bottom, there is now a Bitcoin button that allows you to make payment. If you get into it, Tesla has a PDF document that goes through the terms and conditions about how you can pay with Bitcoin, what particular kind of digital wallet you need in order to make that payment with Bitcoin. And it is a 3-page document with more details. Keep in mind, prices are in US dollars. Tesla does not price the products in Bitcoin. You have to convert, and they have a process for doing so, converting that price to Bitcoin. There are Bitcoin network fees, transactions fees. You are responsible for paying the Bitcoin transaction fees. Right now, it's Bitcoin only. It's not for Cardano or Ethereum. You have to be careful. You want to make sure you don't try to make payment using some other cryptocurrency. That could make a mistake. If you make a transaction, the transaction's complete when it's done. You have to be careful about underpayments and overpayments because Bitcoin's price relative to the dollar changes fairly rapidly, so you need to be careful about that. Payments are final. If you make a Bitcoin payment, it's final. It's not like a credit card transaction. You have to watch out for laws and regulations. This is an important detail that the federal government, the US federal government, is very, very picky about Bitcoin, and they're very concerned about money laundering and something called Know Your Customer regulations. So Tesla has to follow that. And then another interesting detail is refunds and buybacks. If you are entitled to a refund or a buyback, Tesla decides whether to pay you back in dollars or Bitcoin for Tesla's operational efficiency. That means if the price changes, Tesla's going to benefit from that price change. I'll just tell you my opinion as a Tesla investor. I don't think this is very important. It's a positive thing that Tesla is a forward-looking company that is willing to take aggressive risks, try different things, and move forward with something like Bitcoin as a way of doing payments. That's a good thing. We can't complain about that. As far as the overall impact on Tesla's business, I expect, number one, Tesla's purchase of Bitcoin before was far less than 1% of Tesla's market cap, not a significant transaction. The number of payments that Tesla will be taking in Bitcoin in terms of sales of vehicles is likely to be very low. Probably less than 1% of Tesla's transactions will be in Bitcoin. What is potentially interesting going forward is the possibility that Tesla will deal with other cryptocurrencies, especially Ethereum or Cardano or other cryptocurrencies that allow for smart contracts, and whether this leads into some kind of new way of vehicle financing using smart contracts with cryptocurrencies, blockchains like Ethereum and Cardano and maybe others. One of the things Tesla hasn't done yet, as far as I can see, is develop a financing arm. That is a big source of profit for Ford and General Motors and other car companies. If Tesla created a financing arm, that would be a good way for making additional profits on their business. And it would be particularly innovative for Tesla's financing arm to use cryptocurrencies as part of that operation, as perhaps another way to provide better service to certain customers and making higher profits for Tesla, benefiting shareholders. Of course, I continue to be concerned that at some point the US federal government or other governments will decide they don't like Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies, and they'll really come after them. Check out my video on XRP and Ripple and how the SEC went after them and what implications that could have for Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. If the federal government or some other government decides to really go after cryptocurrencies, that could really damage cryptocurrencies. I don't think it's a big problem for Tesla in the long run because, as I said, this is really a small part of the business. But that is a concern if you are a cryptocurrency investor or someone who really believes in crypto as a way to the future. I think crypto is a great thing. I just don't trust governments not to screw it up. As always, if you like this video, please check out my other videos. Support this channel on Patreon, links below. Check out the t-shirts, link below to the t-shirts. And of course, please read my book, Fair DUI. If you drive a car, whether you drink or not, you should know what happens in a traffic stop and how to handle yourself better. Thank you so much for watching.